little break for the holidays, but killing it this week. We've got some nice volatility to start out the year. And if you're looking for some insight on the markets or want to chat, share ideas, come join the Discord. We constantly talking about coins, equities, commodities, whatever you want to talk about, chart related. You'll find somebody to discuss it with. I promised the video on the 3 bar play, and the chart's a little bit older. It's from December because we had talked about APT in the Discord, and I thought it was a really, really good example. This chart is actually inverted. So this is what we had on the daily, and essentially the 3 bar play is not all that much different than a lot of the other patterns. And that's what's important about these things. You have to understand that the reason they work is because they indicate a likelihood that a resistance or support is going to be broken. So, what do we have on APT? We've got a couple things going on. One is you've got a very clear support. You've got a upward trending. Oh, that's not upward trending. I guess when you invert the scale, it gets all wonky. You've got upward trending volume, right? That's important for me because a lot of times when people look at these 3 bar plays, sometimes it can end up being a 4 bar play. People focus on that second and third bar. But what I would challenge you to do is, in order to find a proper 3 bar play setup, you really have to focus on that first bar, right? And so what we're looking at is a significant candle, and you can see this is a big candle. This is uh, bigger than anything we had seen in about a month, and it's got increasing volume, and it's at a key level now, right? So what happens? You get a smaller candle, another smaller candle, and this is going to turn out to be a 4 bar play, but the pattern doesn't really change. And then boom, you break through it. And this is the pattern that you're looking for, right? One big candle and smaller candles, ideally less than 50% retracement, but with the lack of liquidity, especially in the alts, uh, I'm a bit more forgiving on that. And then on the breakout candle, it goes. So your trigger would be a break of this level right here, right? And again, you've got volume decreasing here, but overall it's increasing. You still want to see bigger volume. This is a relatively new coin, but this is your pattern. Candle 1, I would consider this candle 2, even though it's 2 candles, and then your breakout candle. And so what happens once this breaks out? It just keeps going. And your stop loss here would end up being above this candle, right? So what you're going to do is you would end up entering somewhere around here. And obviously it goes the other way, right? But you've got just a really nice kind of risk reward situation there, right? You've got a 23% drop, a 4.5% stop loss rate. So 5 to 1 ish. And so what are we looking to do here, right? And it's important for me, right? Because you can invert the scale. And this goes for up or down. And you really want to just be looking at the big candle, essentially a consolidation at resistance here, right? and then a breakout of that resistance. Now, essentially, what you want to look for here is a significant candle at a key level. You don't want to play this off of, if you're playing a 3-bar play to the upside, you don't want to play a bounce at support, right? That's not what the 3-bar play is really indicating. It may work, but it's not your best setup. You want it to be at, if you're going to upside, you want that first initial big candle to get stopped at a resistance, and then you want to see continuing attempts to break through it, and then you enter on the break. 2, the second bar can be one, it can be more bars. Certainly, I think more than 2 becomes not really the same pattern, but it can certainly be 2. It doesn't have to be just 1 bar. You don't want to see more than 50% retracement. And then on 3, you want it to break up. You want it to have increased volume. Now, if you were to break this down, right? If you were to say, okay, let's go back to here. All right, let's get rid of the text. Right? We got this pattern right here. And let's just dive into it a little bit more, right? What do you see? You see these rounded bottoms. You've got these kind of clear consolidation at a resistance, right? You got a breakout, consolidation at resistance, and then a break of that resistance. If you look at enough timelines, you will eventually find something, right? But essentially, you've got a type of cup and handle, and it's the same thing, right? What's happening is prices come to a resistance. There's sell orders sitting at that resistance, and therefore price does not break through. But buyers are still hitting the buy button. That's why price doesn't retrace all the way back down. Buyers are still smashing that buy button, smashing that buy button, and eventually one of 2 things is going to happen. 1, they're going to exhaust, price is going to shoot back down, or 2, they're going to break through. Those shorts or those sells are going to puke, or FOMO is going to kick in, and buyers are going to chase, and the price is going to shoot up. But that's it. You don't have to overcomplicate it. All it is focusing on the position of that first candle is the most important thing in the 3-bar play, in my opinion, because you want it to be at resistance, you want it to be a significant candle, and then you want to have those middle candles show that buyers are still buying, or sellers are still selling if it's a downside. In this situation, it actually is a downside, and then you want a break of that level. That's it. I think in the last couple months, it's really been one of the most consistent patterns to play. And so I think it's really important to learn it. And I think there's any number of ways to play it. I think if you look at a lot of 3-bar plays on a 4-hour, it'll look like a cup and handle on a 30-minute chart. And that's because it's the exact same concept, right? It doesn't matter what the pattern necessarily looks like in fine detail. The reason these patterns work is because it's oversimplifying a complicated process, which is just really not even that complicated. It's just standard classic auction theory, and buyers overcoming the sell orders that are creating a wall and keeping price from going above that level. Now, do these work 100% of the time? Of course not. You're going to have situations in which you're going to get a perfectly set up 3-bar play. It's going to go up, and then it's going to come right back down, take your stop out, and you're out, right? But I believe that this pattern is sufficiently successful to where you should be making money at least half of the time. And if you get a 4-to-1 return half of the time, so you're losing 1R for, let's say that you take 4 trades and you get 1R loss on 2 and 4R wins on 2, you're still up 6R, right? That's how you have to look at it. To me, I take partial profit early on a lot of these trades, so my trade will probably be something along the lines of 1 stop loss, 1 break even, 1 slight win, and 1 4R win, as opposed to just going all or nothing type of situation. But you have to figure out your own system of how to make this work. But I would say that if you're not getting at least a 50% win rate on this pattern, then you're doing it wrong. Uh, I think it's a very, very good pattern for the current alt conditions that we're seeing. This has been my go-to pattern for probably the last 6 weeks. So give it a shot. Let me know if you have any questions. Comment, like, subscribe. Come join the Discord. If you want to just hang out, ask questions, learn, you can join for free. If you want to join the premium, honestly, I think it's a no-brainer. You get $1,350, $1,350 worth of volume bonuses if you meet the Bing volume requirements, which isn't that much. And with just one of those trades being successful, you pay the premium membership. It really is kind of a no-brainer. And that's every week. Most weeks, if you follow the alerts, I think you can easily make a month subscription, and then everything else is just icing on the cake, right? So let me know if you have any questions, comment, let me know what other patterns you want to see, and we'll get some more videos posted. Thanks.